Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, am I buffering? You're not buffering. Okay. So tonight we have on uh, OTR Diva Trucker. Okay. You've been driving trucks for a couple years now. Okay. My lady Diva Trucker is at Stevens Transport. So she's gonna be on here tonight and just talk how it feels to be a trainer, and to be an OTR trucker, and any advice from the older ladies that want to get out here and get this OTR. Okay, so tell people who you are.
Say it again.
Tell people who you are.
I am OTR Diva, aka Pinky. If any of y'all see me on my channel, but I'm at Stevens. I'm at known as Pinky.
Okay. So how long you been at Steve?
Today makes 3 years.
Okay. So how has it been? Because I've been hearing different things about Stevens Transport.
Well, for me, um, I haven't had any real bad issues or anything like that, as most drivers do. Um, I mean, I had one hiccup. They fixed it right then and there. That was just because of home time I had. But other than that, anything I need or whatever, I know who to go to, who to talk to, get things done. So I don't have no issues there. I
You
know
have
a lot
no
of people
problem.
have issues about the pay and stuff.
That's not been a problem for you.
Not, I haven't had no problems.
Okay. So how long have you been training?
Uh, Next July will be 3 years.
So you've been training for 3 years now. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when we recently talked, you said you just not starting to train guys. So what was the hold up on training the men?
With Stevens, you have to actually train. I'm dedicated, so I have to train at least 12 females before I can train a guy. Now, if I was OTR, it was 6 girls before I could train a guy.
That's the rule there. They have that as a real stipulation.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. All right,
And
Steven.
have no issues, no accidents, no major issues or anything like that. And with me, when I first approached it, it was like I had to get permission from my husband, since I was going to do cross training. So you have to have that if you're married, because they don't want it to be, no problems with the husband or the wife.
Oh, okay. All right, Steven. They got a lot of rules over there. A whole
Yep.
lot of rules. Because I've been hearing that they mess up on the pay. They don't get you home on time. They try to act like they can't put you on dedicated, but you have that a whole total different experience over there. Completely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. I hear that a lot about people can't, they don't make money, they can't get home. And I actually have a Stevens drivers group on Facebook. So I try to help the drivers out as much as possible. And some of the older ones try to tell these new ones that are coming in, you know, you try to get home, you taking the low west and you live on the East Coast, you just screwed yourself. Stevens didn't screw you, you screwed yourself. Because they're not following the lows. They all most everybody that comes, they just trying to make money, but they're not trying to follow where the loads go to be able to get themselves home.
So let me ask you, you're leasing, right? Directly, right?
Yes.
So we don't watch for people that's leased the whole fleet over there. So how is it leasing for you? And try to be honest.
Well, right now I'm a lease purchase. So I did the leasing. I did the leasing for a year and a half with them. Um, it's a walkaway lease. Even with my lease purchase, it's still a walkaway lease. Um, you gotta bust your butt. I can say that much. You gotta hustle. When I first started my leasing, I was basically giving away money. You know, everybody's like, no, don't lease. Go out and buy your own truck. Now was like, my brother, he's a truck driver. And he was like, no, just go buy a truck. And I was like, well, I could buy a truck and the truck look pretty and everything like that. And I can hear it run. I can drive, but that don't mean I know what I'm doing with a truck. So let me learn through Stevens of actually how to run a truck, how to run a business, and not get out here and belly up on the first year before I can even make my first year and belly up, you know. So they give you the tools, when you first start out um, to do a lease, before you can even do a lease. What they do is called pre-alliance. They see if you can run the miles to cover a truck note. If you can run the miles to cover a truck note, they'll bring you back and put you in the business class to teach you, you know, the fuel costs, your fixed expense, and everything like that. Show you exactly how to run and make, not only make them money, but make yourself some money. How to profit, make your
Oh,
business
wow.
profit.
So Steven, so you say Steven gets a lot of assistance.
Yeah,
First time hearing that. Well, I think I only heard like from one other person. That was a fleet on there. He sell fleet on not there. So, do you plan on going into fleet ownership then? If Stevens, it sounds like they give you a lot of support.
yeah. I plan on my truck that I just got a couple of months ago. I plan on buying my truck completely from them. I'm on a 4-year contract with them. So once my truck is paid off, I plan to stay a little longer because um, they have not only, the side that I'm on right now. I've just found out they actually have a load board as well, which a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize that Steven has a load board or have brokers there and stuff. So there's things that are hidden that you ain't gonna know until you talk up. It's always said, you know, a closed mouth don't get fed. So you don't open your mouth and talk, find out these things you ain't gonna know. So I want to learn a little bit more of the whole industry itself from Stevens before I actually yank my truck from them to actually venture out on my own. I plan on getting 2 more trucks through them
Okay.
before I actually.
Let me ask this. Let me ask this. It's the Steven leasing. Okay. So, do you have to pay it off through them first, or can you have somebody else come finance you what you owe, or does that not allow?
Yeah. If I want, I can go to my bank and actually have them buy out my lease from them. So that way it's mine and just pay the bank. It's up to me how I want to do it. Right now, I just have them do it um, for right now. I haven't really approached my bank on trying to buy my lease out.
The banks are tough equipment financing due to COVID. Uh,
Yeah.
I know Wells Fargo put a plug on it from last year. I don't think they started up again this year. Equipment financing. So speak to me about the challenges in training females. Like I know that you had a because I trained myself when I was at school. I know,
Uh-huh.
I know I have a couple of backstories. Okay, for myself. So could you tell us like some? Give me like one of your worst situations.
That I went through or me being a trainer go through.
What you would do as a trainer?
When I went through, I don't know, my trainer was fine. I didn't have no issues with nobody. I ain't had no bad experience. I think more or less all my stuff was after when I was by myself.
But you never had a problem training anybody else.
Training somebody else, the only part that probably scared me more than anything training somebody else is training them go down the mountain. Going down the mountain and you're in the passenger seat, you're not in the driver's seat to be in control of the truck. And you know how to go down. You got somebody else who don't know how to go down and you like holding on to dear life to the truck just to make sure that, they're doing what you're asking them to do. But I mean, other than that, no. I mean,
So you,
most of my students either they got off for crazy reasons, you know, or they want to yell and holler at me like I was a child.
Well, you got to talk to us about that. You got to talk to us about that. Nobody yelling, screaming at you. Now, what
Yeah,
was that?
I had one. She was like, I said, stay in this lane, don't go in that lane. And she was like, what lane is? I said, stay in this lane. I'm using my hand to show her which lane to stay in. She goes to another lane. And then she was like, where are we going? And I was like, hold on. We're going to by that I was just done. But the last one to yell at me, I was like, I snapped back because I was like, nah, this is my truck. Not having you, yell at me. And I told her, I said, either I can train you the right way, I can train you the way Steven told me to train you, or they can get you back to Dallas. You choose which way you want to go. She got on the phone with somebody, like ego, and I said, "Oh, you made your choice. Off my truck you go."
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
and
I'm going to
most
tell you
of
like
and
this.
the other, huh?
I'm going to tell you like this. The majority of the time when you train and you get some of these kind of raggedy students, they think because they can dial a number and report you, that makes all the time. If you're not really done nothing really crazy for us, doesn't get you fired. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
why I was like, but I got put off of training because training wore me out and it was so stressful because you have some students that literally get on there and really like halfway play with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
I've got
nah,
students that get
I
on.
don't miss those.
I can't. I got students that be like, I can't go to the porta potty, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just a country girl, not a city girl. You know, my
Mm,
mama showed me how to go outside, use the bathroom on the highway. Do what you gotta do. Go to the woods, be done with it. But these girls, these ladies that coming out here now, half of them don't want to pee in a cup. They want a toilet, and I'm like, look at this industry that you just came in. It's not a woman's industry. This is a male dominant industry.
yes, it
We got to be creative how we go to the bathroom now.
is.
Cause like my male student, he seen me promise that my male student. He was like, I seen you with that cup. What you do with that cup? I said, I threw it in the trash. He said, you used the bathroom. I said, yeah. He said, where? I said, while they loading the trailer up, I was up underneath the trailer with the cup. He's like, really? I said, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Me, I just pull out on the side of the road and get back behind them with my sheet feet. That's what I do. When they load the trailer, I'm in the traffic or whatever, I just get up behind the people, my little cup and toss it right on night, spray my lights on, rub my hands for alcohol. I got pure alcohol on here, and I just keep it on moving.
And you gotta
I,
do what you gotta do. But some of them, they want that toilet. They don't want no porta potty. They want you to stop every 5 to 10 minutes for a bathroom. Uh-uh. Especially not on my truck since I lease my truck. I'm a contractor. My wheels got to keep moving.
yeah, bills to
So
pay.
some of them don't understand that.
So they don't care about it because a lot of them coming from straight to companies driving. They don't understand that it's the real business for you. They don't understand nor do they care. They don't be caring
Yeah,
really. So
right.
you say you want to stay there in Stevens, you want to be a fleet owner, but you say you plan on leaving eventually. So you want to have your own authority? Is it also a future plan?
Yeah, that's the future plan right now. I do have my LLC. I run it up underneath there, um, under their authority. My LLC is on my business name is on the side of the truck, so it's small. It's like long as it don't outshine them, but it's on the truck and everything. I have my LLC, so eventually, yeah, run have my own authority, pulling my own load.
So okay, let me ask you this: a little switch. So how do you manage your relationships being OT or in training? So with training, you have to be at least like 6 weeks at a time. So how do you manage relationships and home time and all that together?
Mm. That was kind of tricky and hard right now because I'm actually going through a divorce right now.
Hmm. That's funny.
So, and mine is not. Is a lot of people think it's got something to do with trucking, but it doesn't because my husband used to be a truck driver.
Okay.
So our issues are a little bit before I became a trucker.
Mhm.
But when I first came out, he was very supportive. I would be out 3 weeks, come home. Um, and then recently he had an injury that happened to him, which made me stay out on the road a little bit longer and put a little bit more strain on me. But we have a 6 year together that we adopted. So more than anything now, I try to come home to see him, make sure he's okay. Um, Talk with my husband, see if there's anything that he needs or our son needs, and I just try. I'm the one making sure everything is functional at home right now. Um, I have an Alexa in my truck where I can video chat with my son. So he has one in his room. I have one in my truck. So when I'm on the road or whatever, he wants to talk to me, he can video chat with me anytime.
Okay. So, what advice do you have to say for ladies that want to get into trucking later on in life? I know you're older lady. I know you're a grandmother, right? So, you have to say for those women that's in their 30s, 40s, or 50s that want to get into trucking. Like, what advice can you tell them?
Only good advice I can give is make sure I tell anybody this, regardless how old you are. But as we get older, you know, we have support, and then at the same time, we we lose our support. But
Mm.
um, keep that support that you have, and just maintain that support. Just don't, take everything else that's outside of that support as a grain of salt and keep on trucking. And don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let nobody tell you no, you can't do it. Don't because of your age, no matter how old you are. We got men out here that's 70, 60 years old still doing this. So because of your age, don't let it stop you. If it's something you want to do, come on out here, stack your bags just like the rest of us.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna play a small little interlude real fast. All right, we play your little intro. Okay. Well, one thing I've been watching about you, I've been watching you on Instagram for like for the past almost 2 years, I think. And
Okay.
the main thing that turned me on about you that you are not afraid of almost anything, because you love to wear your hot ass pink hair. I say I got to subscribe and and follow this here lady. 'Cause this here, you see this little rainbow hair I got. This was a struggle for me to even figure this out, and this got black in it. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So I just think you're just a real lively person. That's what I really
Thank
pick up about you.
thank you. I mean, when I did my hair, it wasn't like I wanted something new because that's when I started my leasing. And
Mhm.
I was like, I guess more just like trying to find my way or my little niche in the trucking industry. And being at Stevens one day I came to work and the lady I was on the yard and this older lady, she was like, "Hey, Pinky." And ever since that, me changing my hair color, it's been that way for the last 2 years now.
Oh, you messed up on me. Oh, I got to go with that. Can you hear me?
Now I
Okay.
can hear you now.
Okay. You got it on Bluetooth or anything on your phone?
My Bluetooth is in.
Yeah, turn the Bluetooth off. If you got any Bluetooth on, turn the Bluetooth off.
Let me walk. I can walk and talk with you because
I'm
my
gonna let
truck is
you
outside.
make it. Okay. So
Yes.
that's it.
Woo. I can barely hear
So,
you, but I'm trying to get my Bluetooth down so I can hear you a lot clearer.
the Bluetooth on the other same type. Still got two deep friends. I only heard one person talk about transfer person stuff. Don't take that
Woo.
talk to us. She got her lights on and everything. Did she have pink curtains? Do you have pink
Yeah.
curtains? Too cute. They was
Yeah.
too cute.
You
I
talking
don't
about?
love pink that much.
You saw?
Yeah, I don't love pink that much though. I don't love pink that much. Love it. I'm surprised you ain't got your pink wig on.
Look, I was trying to find something to cover up the pink because I hadn't got my daughter to flat out of my hair. She just got back home.
Yeah,
But yeah, I have pink everything in here, and so my
yeah.
my my student is a male, so having all this pink in here, it
It's
rubbed off a little on him.
they
Rubbed off a little. So
mess it mess with his male's hormones or something with all that pink.
yeah, yesterday he realized he had on a I hadn't even paid attention what he had on, and then he was like, "Oh shoot, I got pink. I got a pink shirt on." Then I was like, "Oh shoot, yeah, you do. Oh, so I'm rubbing all off on you, huh?"
Is
Then he
there a
bought
difference?
a
Do you see the difference
huh?
in training a female and a male now? This your first male, right?
Yeah, he a little different because we've been cracking up since he been on my truck, and I guess more or less because I'm a little. I'm on the phone real quick. I'm sorry, it's my daughter. I'm a little. I guess I'm a little tomboyish. So it's like I can talk with the guys better than I can sit and chip chat with the girls. You know, I can sit and talk with them as long as they talking crap. I talk crap just right with them. So I fit in. You know, it's easier to fit in there than, I'm very selective with females who I
Okay,
keep around me
you gotta be.
because I don't like all the drama. I don't like all the messiness. I don't like all of that. So yeah, I'm not saying men don't do it because I call them out on it, but I can talk, you know, with them a little better.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what was you doing before trucking, and what made you get into trucking in the first?
Um, what was I doing? I was working for the post office. They
Good
hired
ass
me
job.
to work.
You had that good ass job with benefits and all family holidays, and you brought your ass out here. Hold on,
Well,
wait a minute, hold
here's
on,
the
wait a
thing.
minute, hold on, wait a minute. You know how many damn applications I done put in for the post office in Houston? It ain't heard shit. I ain't heard shit yet. Before I even went to swim. And you had the job?
Yeah, so with the post
Okay.
office, when you first get hired, you are a substitute for a carrier. So the post office I worked at only had two routes. So meaning they had two main carriers. So I was a substitute for one of those routes, and I only worked Saturday and Sunday. So when she wanted Saturday off, I worked Saturday. So any day she wanted off, I worked for her. So my only 2 days were Saturday and Sunday, and I was like, that's not enough, you know. So the union rep found me another place. I worked my regular post office plus another post office Monday through Friday. I worked another one, but what I guess for me it was 2 hours driving to work in the dark, delivering mail in my own car, driving 2 hours back home in the dark. And I'm like, all this driving I'm sitting here doing, I could drive trucks for a living.
2 hours. So that was your
Yeah, I would
shift.
live two my where the post office was at, I work and where I live, it was 2 hours apart from each other. So I had to
Oh,
drive two
oh,
hours to the post office.
so you just work for gas.
Yeah. And it was getting to the point that I started gritting my teeth. My ex-husband and his wife, well, my ex-husband is the one that told me to go apply for the post office. Then his wife was like, "Let it motivate you. Let the money motivate you." I was like, "No, nah, this money can't motivate me." So I started thinking about trucking.
This woman had a job with benefits. I'll figure out a
Well, my
good
ex
in.
husband told me, he said, "Well, since you got your CDL, won't you go back to post office and drive the postal truck?" And I thought about it, but I like what I do right now. So,
You have to get out, walk into a mail and stuff like that. All the time, people have dogs, snakes, things like that outside all the time.
oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I done
Same
met,
thing
I
on
done,
the road though, too, though. Same thing on the road here too, though. Also, they watch for snakes outside, especially in West Texas, especially in West Texas and certain parts where we can watch for snakes.
oh no,
Maybe
I don't like snakes at all. You know, I drive a big rig and I see a snake cross the highway. I am not even trying to ride over top of it.
I ride on top of it. When I'm going through Midland or Delaware, Texas or whatever, I run right the
Uh-huh.
hell over. Living across the road, I run right the hell over.
Oh wow.
I will. I think the snake is supposed to be a holy creature, but I know it's also an evil creature too at the same time. I don't like them.
I don't like
I
them
don't.
either. I don't like them, and I don't like the snakes and humans. So,
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. Um, so you got your male student. So how long do you have to train the students for? Is it like Brown? They have to be on it with you for 3 whole months, or is it just
well, with Stevens, the training is 240 hours of driving. So that's basically 6 weeks.
good?
But for a male or female, either one, because I'm dedicated. So they only stay on my truck for 115 hours or 21 days, whichever one comes first. And then they'll go with another driver, another trainer that will finish them out
So that get out the truck with you and get on us train truck for how long?
for the last 3 weeks.
So they 6 weeks with you. Yeah.
They stay 3 weeks with me, and then they'll go with somebody else and finish the last 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Why they split it up though? Why don't just keep you for the whole 6 weeks?
Because I don't go west. I don't go to the west coast.
Okay.
As
Yeah,
far as
I don't.
west I go is Texas. Texas, that's about it. I don't go no further than that.
I don't go either. I ain't seen California in over a year and a half, and I
I ain't
won't
seen
keep it
California
that
2 years.
keep keep it. The freight here
Yeah.
not that move that much on the way. Not the freight here. No, no, no. Maybe Stevens is different. Maybe Stevens got the freight over that week like that, but not here.
Yeah, so they got freight. So majority of the time, the freight that's going into California is that we send over this. Most of it is meat loads that we send to California.
So
So
okay, so you mainly run reefer then, right?
right, yeah.
So Have you always just ran reefer? Has that been the only freight you ever touched, or
That's on. That's it. Reefer.
you love it? Do you love reefer?
I love it. I don't have no problem listening to the reefer going off. You know, everybody's like, "Oh my God, I can't stand that." It don't bother me. 'Cause I think one less for me because when I close these curtains at night and go to sleep, I don't it whatever is on. Only thing I hear is my APU. I don't even hear that trailer because my
Baby,
APU is on. I don't even hear it.
it got on my. It wasn't about the machine that bothered me. It's just the loading hours messing up my time, your money. Like sometimes it take you a whole 8 hours just to load you. That's just plain old crazy. Like it's just plain old crazy. I was at Southern
Yeah,
Refrigerator. Like
yeah. See, for me
pull
now, with
up.
me being dedicated, I don't sit and wait that long to be loaded because most of mine are dropping hook, and most of I'm dropping it empty, picking up a loaded trailer, and I'm taking it to get unload. And most of our places are real quick because I mean I like I said I run on a dedicated account for Stevens.
So how did you even end up getting on a dedicated account? How did you make that happen? Because I've been trying to get on a dedicated
Uh,
account. I probably was magic finger trick for that.
so what happened was I was running OTR, and I had like a lot of drivers like, hey, have you thought about running dedicated? I was like, no, I don't want to run dedicated. I don't want to see the same people every day. No, I don't want to do that. Um, so happily, one of the drive managers happened to hit me up, asked me could I pick up a load for them, and we got to talking. He said he was on a dedicated team, and I was like, well, um, how do I get on? So he was like, he looked at my miles. He was like, well, your miles are good and everything like that. We can really use you. He was like, but I need you to just pick it up just a little bit more, and then I'll get back with you. So I never heard no more from him. And then um, we have a craft account that's dedicated, and we have a Purdue account. The guy from Purdue ended up hitting me up, and when I talked to my business counselor about it, he was like, "Oh hell no, run! You're not doing that. You're not sitting. You're not running at night. Don't do it." So I was like, "All right, I'm not gonna do it. You said it. You said not to do it. I'm not gonna do it." I talked to the craft guy again. He took my name and number. He put me on a list, and then the Northeast Craft drive manager called me. It was like, "Hey, I know you're on a wait list for a craft, but would you like to run the Northeast?" And I was like, "What's the Northeast consist of?" He was like, "From Maine, no further than North Carolina, occasional Ohio and Illinois, and we don't go in the city of New York." I said, "All right, I'll do it." And I ran Northeast for 2 years. I just got off it. So now I
Man,
just run from Texas to the whole East Coast.
that was a blessing. That was something that really was meant to happen. Really to be told. Why can't something that
Yeah.
damn happen to me? Why can't it happen to me? Why can't I be the damn better? And put me
so
up on.
now, yeah. So now I have drivers that'll be like, well, how do I go about being on dedicated? So I'll call my my drive manager, his supervisor, be like, hey, we got any openings? Because I got a driver who wants to come on our fleet and everything like that. And they were like, all right, give me the truck number. I give them truck number. Matter of fact, I just pulled one of my students um, onto the fleet now. Well, actually, two of them. They're on the fleet, running dedicated.
That's good. Good.
So,
Do you think that you ask you this? I want you to give me your own personal opinion about yourself. Do you think that you are a hard trainer on your students? Do you think that you're a little bit too tough, like a big disciplinarian?
me and my student just had this talk. I don't think I'm. I think I am hard. Like I was telling them, I think I am hard more because they're younger than me. Most of them that I do train are younger than me. So the mom in me comes out. So being a mom, that part, no, 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 don't do it that way. Do it this way only. It's how you. And my student just told me, he said, "You're a little bit bossy." I'm like, "Well, you gotta realize, I'm a mom, so that mom in me comes out just to make sure y'all doing what y'all supposed to do, and I don't want y'all to, fail at what y'all out being out here. I want y'all to succeed. I want to give y'all all the knowledge, all the tools, and everything while you out here, because most trainers they don't do that. They're rather for them to sit in the seat, drive, and make that money than to actually teach them something, you know." So yeah, I'm a little hard. I'm a little hard trainer.
So, well, I mean, you can't be extremely going. This is a very dangerous job. You know what I'm saying? I had a trainer that was a Hispanic man when I was at school. Um, and he wasn't extremely strict, but he would make sure he would tell me stuff all the time. I'm pretty sure his tongue was just dry as hell, telling me shit all the time for the
But
first week. But he wasn't extremely strict, but he would make sure watch the lane, watch the lane. Check your mirror all the time. Check your mirror. And for some people that's coming off of warehousing jobs and clothing jobs, whatever background they coming into, they coming on get to a train like you. It feels like you've been treated like a kid, and they don't know how to take that, so they get off the truck with you. So they have to understand that you're there to really instruct them, but this is not the job to take lightly. One wrong
yeah,
turn, one wrong break, and if you kill somebody, it's manslaughter because you're the wheel. So they have to understand. They have to understand you're not being for fun. Hell, you're there being trying to remind the cause of how serious it is. See, they get told for other people, oh, it's so much fun to other people when they get out here and see how serious it really is. I had a student that literally left me within 5 days when I was at school. I mean, she literally got off my truck literally in 5 days and said, "This is not something I want to do. I don't want to do this. I've changed my mind." After we're going through 6 weeks of school, they owe them people $4,000, right? And I wasn't excessively mean, but I was extremely strict on bagging. I was extremely strict on bagging up, really, really strict on that, and watching your trailer turns when you're turning. So you can take out a whole light pole or hit somebody's car. I was extremely strict on those things, right? And I guess it's just too much for her. What I'm saying? They don't understand in their mind how serious it really is. It's not for us to play and stuff we bossing over you. It's really serious out here. You know, if you kill somebody, that's manslaughter. You go to jail for 10, 15 years. They always try to hold the bigger vehicle accountable, unless the person just didn't have a driver license or they just have insurance on their vehicle.
right.
It's no joke out here. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful that don't change what you're doing, whatever way you're teaching. Obviously, it's supposed to be working because Stevens ain't got rid of you yet.
No.
Steve, Stevens ain't told you that, hey, you got to chat it up for a little few minutes here. So just keep on doing what you're doing with the men and women. I will say this though, I am a little bit nervous about you training men because men seem to try you. You know what I'm saying? I do have a little bit of concern for you. I've been seeing you change to train the ladies on Instagram because you can post them sometimes to train.
Yeah.
So I do have a little bit of concern for you training the males now. You
Yeah,
know,
I get what you're saying, because my student, he tried to. I let it. I let it ride, because I'm more or less like, when it comes to backing, if I say do it this way, do it this way. But he was insistent. He don't like the 45 to bag into a door. He rather do a 90. So I was like, okay, if you want to do the 90, you got to go. You got to get out and look. I said, because I don't do it. Only time I do it is I'm coming off the street. But you got to get out and go. And that's the only problem me and him had. Other than that, it's just been, he's been listening, asking questions about everything. And I think for him, it's a little easier to train him because he used to drive for FedEx. So it's a little more easier to train him. So when I get my next one, that's where I'm gonna have to, look at the whole thing a little different,
yeah,
because
it's
he's a, yeah,
brand. But I am concerned for because men seem to try to. dominate, even though it's your truck, just because you're a female, you know. See me when I was training, I say I'm not gonna train them in at all. Just keep away.
Uh-huh.
Certain problems I've had and heard all kind of horror stories, honey. With male trainers, with male students, and just be careful. Just because, I mean, I
I
know you can
am.
help yourself. I know you pretty much really can, but just be careful, honey. It's something you really love your job. You really
Yeah.
let me put some of your stuff up. Hold on. I forgot to put some of your stuff up. Hold on. You really, really, really enjoy being a trucker. That you take care of there.
Yeah.
And like you got a really flat iron right there. You got some makeup on right there.
Yeah, I do.
Rocking a pink shirt as well. The pink hair and the pink shirt right there.
Yeah. And and that Rihanna lip gloss, boy, it be popping some. But
Let me
yeah, I'm
show
gonna
that.
be careful out here.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
got yeah, just decked outside. But y'all
my
gonna
first
hit
seat covers.
yeah. I hit my girl for girl. I didn't hear you over the 30 minutes. Boys, I didn't hear way, 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 way over. But no, I am concerned for you, but I'm able to help. I, 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 I think best paper. I see you really enjoy it. To have a love for it. That's what it is. You've been training the whole time. And I don't think you get beat and have to know. So, like, how often do you take a break between
However often I need. Most time I'd be like, I'm not taking no student from now until I get my mind together. That's what I tell them. And then I'd be like, oh, I need a student send me one. So sometimes I'll take a month, 2 months, all depends, or a couple of weeks away from a student. I don't do like most people. They, drop off one to get the next one, the next one. I got to give myself a little break, my mind mentally, because somebody else in the truck with me for a long period of time, and then to have another person in my truck, then I feel like I don't have no privacy, I don't have no space, I don't have a, you know, clear mind in myself. So I take a break, and that's what I tell my females, because I'm actually, well, Stevens is actually using me as a female trainer recruiter for Stevens.
that?
So
So that means money. Money now, right?
yeah, the VI, the vice president of the company is utilizing me. So yeah, she makes sure I'm taken care of.
That's bigger check. Okay, good. So we got the 3,000. So with the recruit checks, I hear where they divvy it up. Those checks between both ends now, right? That's how they ought to be looking. That's projection, I hope. They ought to be looking. Baby,
Yeah.
I would be an ambassador for USA. I wish the hell I would. I wish I would. I don't feel that secure. I don't feel that very secure at all. But I love you so much for coming on. Thank you so much. I didn't
You're
hear you way
welcome.
over time. And thank you so much. You're so sweet. Go follow my girl underscore or diva underscore. A pleasant to watch on your page. It's always something good to watch on your page. Always uplifting and safe to watch. So some things are not safe to watch on your page. But just know that I've been rocking with you for a while. You know,
Okay. Thank you.
come over there and follow. All right.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.